So I think I forgot to tell people I was really going to go live, but me and Copper here been walking. We're a few miles in, and we stopped here at the overlooking Pine Mountain. It's pretty and good place to stop. Copper is way more interested in digging right now, and you can see he's getting filthy. Why are you getting so dirty? He's something else. So I just thought I would go live, and obviously I've got to practice a little bit for doing this on the trail, because I won't be able to upload videos when we go when we're out on our walk, our PTSD walk. So I want to be able to do live updates. And besides, I'll be videotaping everything. But chat. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was wondering, nobody commented yet. I wanted to make sure everything was working. And surprisingly enough, I would say that the picture is better up here in the middle of nowhere than it is at the homestead, which is crazy. Hey Jen, hey Melanie, hey everybody. Trying to get this camera adjusted here where everyone can see the view and still see me. And I don't think anybody's going to be really seeing Copper much. He's tapped out for the moment. But he's had a big day. We've been out working, rounding up a bunch of stuff that we had bought at the estate sale, and there's a little bulldog puppy named Molly that's a little bit older than him, so they've been chasing each other around, just being nut buckets today. So he was already tired when we decided to come up here, and we had to get our walk in for the day, and he was already tired when we set out. So, but it's good training for him. Hey Angie. Yeah, he is cute, and he knows it. That's the problem. So it's pretty up here. I know that it's probably going to be much prettier when we get out up on Appalachian Trail, starting up in the mountains right on the Tennessee border. So hopefully I'll be able to find some even prettier spots to do live videos, keep you guys all updated. Just been doing good. The walks have helped a little bit, ups and downs. So yesterday and day before was a little bit, I don't know, just some of those hard days. You just have them. Not much you can do about it. But even though it wasn't all that great, getting out here and walking a little bit definitely helps. So I'm very glad that I decided to do this, because I think it's going to help a lot. He's supposed to be helping me out, but right now he's already been digging, and he's just he's gonna lay here, go sleep. Copper, you're supposed to be in the video too. It's Copper and Aaron. Dad, just Dad. If I let him go to sleep and pass out, I'll have to drag him the couple miles back down the trail, because he'll be out cold. He's a goober. He's training's picking up real good. He's learning to stay by me when we walk, on lead or off leash. On the trail he won't be off leash much, but when we're in camp and stuff, I wanted to make sure and be able to use the bathroom, and just know that if he does come off the leash, he can stay, or know that he has to stay by me. So he's getting a lot better with that. Yeah, it's been an interesting couple weeks. Sometimes you just have good days and bad days. We have last week, I know I posted an update video yesterday, but thought I'd let you guys know a little bit more. You know, this is going into our second week of training, and we've done better this week. We have a lot of our gear ordered, mostly in part, you know, huge shout out to Robert for helping me and surprising me with that GoFundMe. Well, he told me about it, but you know, he still started it, so we've been able to order our pack. I've got Copper's little harness. Copper's not going to be carrying a lot of weight, but being that this is something I want to continue with other people, I want to get him trained up a little bit for to carry his own stuff. All right, now this is funny. So if you hear him, he's rattling his bowl around here. So this is a typical water break with Copper. Copper. He likes to drink. He likes to drink from the. He likes to drink from the water. Then once he gets his drink, he's going to start playing in it. Well, I say that, and this is one time he doesn't. He was already kicking it around. He loves playing in water. He loves his baby pool, and if there's water around, he is going to run and jump in the water. My wife's good. I can see the comments here. You guys can't see me. My wife's good. She's happy that I'm doing something to, you know, take care of my health and take care of myself. So that's something. She's not upset about it. She's not mad about it. She's real happy that I'm going out to do something to keep me around a little bit longer. Don't know why she wants to, but nah, but yeah. So she's good. Being with my wife. Oh, there he goes. He just decided to knock his wad over and playing it. With my wife being a military wife, an Army wife for 15 years, me being gone for a month, that's nothing. I mean, that's probably like most people being gone for a weekend or a long weekend. I literally spent years and years away from home. You know, 12-month, 16-month deployments, back to back, multiple, you know, lots of years away from home. I remember, I think I turned 25, 26, 29, 30, 32, and maybe 35. No, 34. Anyway, in the course of like 6 years, I had 5 birthdays overseas. So, it's a month is no big deal. How big will he get? I really don't know. I know that his mom was a Basset Hound, and his dad was a Bulldog. That's what they said at the shelter. I never met his mom and dad, but he's already pretty heavy. He's just now 13 weeks old, so he's not going to be little. He's going to be a pretty good sized pup, and he is a cutie. I think he's starting to recharge a little bit, so maybe he'll get back up here with me, even though he's already made I bought a couple new clothes to, and I'm only taking a couple pairs of pants and a couple shirts, you know, pack light, but I wanted to break them in and get them washed a few times. And now you can see Copper up here playing with me. They are all very, very much red clay stained now. Oh well, it is what it is. They're for walking on the Appalachian Trail, so not trying to impress anybody. But yeah, we needed a break. We're about halfway through, a little over 2 miles. We were going to go 3.5, but the loop we were walking was a little bit longer than that. So figured I'd give him a chance to recharge, because he was putting on and acting like he was just so tired, and now he's found some ants. He's not really tired anymore. He's well, might have spoke too soon. He's being a Copper, and he's getting absolutely fit. It is a good thing. It is a good thing he's the color he is, because you can't really tell how dirty he is. So I guess that is one good thing about his copper color. Yeah. But yeah, just like I said, I wanted to start practicing doing some of these live videos. When we step out on May 23rd, my plan is, as long as I'm somewhere where I have service like this, is we're going to be using our GoPros and everything to film the entire trip. But I'm planning on at least, well, I'm hoping at least every day, but every day or two, as service permits, I want to do live updates and kind of share the journey with you. And then when I get back, I'll take all my footage and edit it, and be posting those videos so that you guys can see. Maybe some of y'all have never been to the mountains of Western North Carolina, Tennessee, which is the stretch we're going to be going, and never been on the Appalachian Trail. And so kind of share the journey a little bit and share my thoughts and progression and how everything's going. So oh, I'm not worried. Don't worry about the heat. Don't worry about the heat there, Shelly. We're training down here. It was 87 in Columbus today. So I mean, it was hot. It's still hot. So once we hit the elevation where we're going in May 23rd, it's going to be like a nice cool spring day. It's going to be a nice cool spring day. I just missed that. My comments aren't staying up. There we go. Yeah, Mom and Dad are going to continue with their videos. They've done 3 or 4 in the past few days, and I'm going to get as much of those videos before I leave on the 23rd. I'm going to be compiling all the videos from my mom and dad and putting those up and scheduling those so that they can just go out, so that they can just go continue when I'm walking. So they'll still be there. It's not Bigfoot. It's not Bigfoot, Mitchell. It's in Western North Carolina, Tennessee. It's Boojum. Boojum is the name of the elusive primate. So Bigfoot I don't have to worry about. Boojum though, we might cross the Boojum Trail. You never know. Redbud up there in that elevation, maybe there might still be some redbud trees blooming up there. I think if my memory serves me, up through about June. I know it's going to be pretty. I know I'm expecting to average somewhere 6 to 8 miles a day. If we take a day off, we take a day off. If we go 10 or 12 miles a day, we go 10 or 12 miles. It's not about a set distance. So I'm taking, I'm packing light, obviously, but there are a couple essentials. Well, not essentials. They're not essential. There are a couple spoiler things that I'm going to carry. That's for me. I'm going to carry my fly rod, and I'm going to carry, which doesn't weigh much, in a little box of flies, and I'm going to carry a roll of tinfoil, some oil, a little thing of garlic, salt, and pepper. And that way, as we come, because there's a lot of good trout water up there, so if we come across some great trout water, Copper loves the water. He won't be getting in any rapids or anything, but he'll be. We'll be able to maybe catch some trout and make a little fire and cook some trout. I'm hoping. Handgun, I'm not. As far as the Appalachian Trail goes, I'm not really too awful worried about it. It's actually fairly safe. So I'll be carrying my knives and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really too awful worried about that. I'm a big guy, and it's fairly well traveled and patrolled. Fire starter, I'll be carrying some extra weight that most people don't have to carry. Obviously, my solar. I've got to take my solar charger, and I'm kind of creating my own little contraption for that. So, most people don't have to worry about GoPro batteries and phone batteries and, that kind of stuff. And I guess it might almost defeat the point of unplugging. But being that, this walk might help some people that can't physically walk or won't have time to walk, I want to make sure and document it. So I'll have a few extra pounds in that kind of equipment. Predators, I'm not worried about. The biggest thing that there is up in the mountains is black bears, and they are an issue. Bear attacks are very infrequent, and most of the bears migrate around campground areas. They're not really the trail people are generally pretty good about taking their food and packing things out, and so I won't be staying anywhere near. I won't have to worry that much about bears. I'll probably carry a little can of bear spray or something, but we'll have our bear canisters and hang all our food in a tree at night. And they also seal really well, so that there's not that much smell. And then all the leftover garbage and leftover food and stuff will go in a really good sealable bag that we will pack out. And there's places along the trail where you can dispose of that. So every day or two, it'll get out and get thrown away. Beaver fever pill. No, don't plan on taking any of those. Filtered water. I don't have to worry about too much for copper. For myself, I'll be taking a small water filter, and then most of the time, even though it kind of doesn't taste that great, I'll be using iodine tablets, just water purification tablets. Water's a necessity, not really something you have to enjoy drinking. So, I'm not too awful worried about it. But again, anybody that's watching, the people that have contributed to the GoFundMe page, thank you very much. The gear's expensive, our food, all that stuff. One of the huge things was a little bit of security net for my wife. Her worrying about me being gone and the income and all that kind of stuff. So that's gonna offset that, so she doesn't get PTSD from my PTSD walk. Any of the money that's left over that I don't use is going. I'm gonna be using that. I'm hoping to do another walk for a couple weeks in the fall, and then start doing a couple walks a year to take people out, other soldiers or anyone with PTSD, along this walk. So that's what I'm, really thankful for the money, and I hope I can use that to start something that will be ongoing. The GoFundMe page, there might be, I don't know if my mom's on here or not, someone sees the link, if you could post a link, and then after the live video, I will post the link to the GoFundMe page in the pinned comment in the top. So if you don't see it before then, you can go back and check here in a little bit, and it'll pop up. I'm sorry, I missed toilet paper. Yes, absolutely. I already have my biodegradable toilet paper ordered. It's coming. So that is, I remember I spent very long time in the Army, and we were always out. This is kind of going back to what I did for years and years and years, and that was the number one. Before I checked my bullets and my gun, when we were going out in the field or going out on a patrol, when I was deployed, I had my toilet paper. I promise you that is. Some people might not think about that one. I know about that one. 40 degrees and rain. That's a little bit nippy. Oh yeah, and Copper's food's going to be freeze dried. He's going to have just because it's lighter and it's packed with more calories. Being that he is young, he'll be 4 months old when we start, almost to the day when we start walking. So he's way too young to be carrying any weight. It's also going to be, I can't go as many miles as I would have by myself because I don't want to put much stress on him. But he will be having a harness, and one thing he will be carrying is his puppy first aid kit, which weighs about 5 or 6 ounces. But that's just to get him used to the harness, or his backpack, his little doggy backpack, so that as he gets older, I can, he's already used to it. The other thing that's going to be really funny, and those show up in 2 days, I think, is because we are going to be through some rough terrain. There are places you go on asphalt. I've got his booties ordered. So I've got to train him, see how he does with booties. I don't know if it's going to bother him too much. Hold on, we got a motorcycle with speakers riding by. Sorry, I just don't understand the speakers on a motorcycle thing. It's to me defeats the point of being on a motorcycle. But uh, the so we'll be going with his. I'll be videotaping the first time we put his booties on and he tries to walk in them. Hopefully, he doesn't fight them too much. Oh well, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Donna. I appreciate that. We're going to leave the GoFundMe page open probably till I'm mostly through with the walk. And like I said, extra money is going to be going to go ahead and start funding future walks. And I think I have a friend right now, John, who was a good friend of my little brother's, who's struggling with PTSD as well. And I think that he's probably going to try and join me for a week towards the end of the walk, which is pretty awesome because at that point I will have had a couple weeks to kind of, you know, de-stress and work on things, and already be past my, I'm not worried about withdrawals or anything, but I'll be past my grumpiness from the nicotine and, you know, not having my beer at night. So he'll be able to come in. I think I'll be able to help him out. That's kind of the plan we're working out right now. So even on this very first walk, I think I'm going to have somebody that might be able to go with me and partake, which is pretty awesome. And let Robert use, I'm going to let him use the Kubota while I'm gone. Echo's a big ask, though. I like that chainsaw. Oh yeah, I am doing PTSD hikes in the future. That's why I was saying with the money from the GoFundMe above and beyond what my trip covers and the expenses from me missing, you know, income, I'm going to be trying to set it up where I do a couple a year, taking guys with me. So that's going to be really good. I'm hoping I can do that. Yeah, I'm hoping I can do the entire trail over the next 2 or 3 years. You know, a month here, a couple months there, or you know, do it weeks at a time. I don't know if I'll go for a full 30 days, just depending on how busy everything is. But I'm starting a little bit north than a lot of people are. I'm starting just north of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park on the North Carolina-Tennessee border, which is only about 15 miles from my house, so it works out because I'm going to go there. Mom and Dad will drop me off at that marker. But there's 70 miles through the Great Smoky Mountains that you can't have any pets. Barnyard Gal, how you doing? Yeah, doing good. You can't have any pets unless they're certified service dogs. Well, Copper is in training. He's not certified service dog yet. And I've already walked, when I was a kid, walked most of the trail from Amicalola Falls at the trailhead all the way up to through, you know, the Smokies. So it'd be fun to start a place I hadn't really walked much and seen, and then come next year once he's completely certified, because I'm, you know, not going to take him somewhere and pass him off as a service dog when he's a puppy, and obviously not. I'll wait till he's all trained, and then we'll probably start back down at the trailhead, walk back up to where I am now, and then leave off from where we get to this time, and, you know, finish walking all of it. So looking forward to that. Yeah, John and my brother were great, and I stay in contact with John too. No, well, it is tricky. It is tricky because it's a delicate ecosystem, and a lot of people aren't really responsible pet owners. You have pets that can bring in diseases from other places or parasites, and also because the Great Smoky Mountains, like, National Park is such a tourist hotspot. There's so many people that come there to visit. They just try and keep the wildlife there safe and make it where people can come and enjoy it. I don't like it either, but I do kind of understand it. There's 3 places along the trail that you can't have pets. The other ones are way on up north in Maine and I think Vermont. There's a couple sections. But I mean, I can't understand the point. I was a little bit upset when I realized and I'd forgotten that you couldn't have pets. Um, you can't have pets on the trails, like in the campgrounds or on the roads and stuff. You can have pets, but you can't have pets out of certain designated areas in the park. So it is what it is. It's a rule, so I'll follow it. Um, Trying to do a little bit better about following rules in my old age than I used to be. So, you know, no big deal. Oh, let me see. I missed a couple comments. Hey, Dawn, how you doing? Yeah, exactly. We don't want anything being brought into the ecosystem. No parasites or anything like that. To throw everything off balance. So, got to protect nature when we can. Otherwise, there won't be any of it there for us to enjoy. Um, and you'll see next week when I do the compilation of this week's training, I actually was able to turn the camera off of the hyperlapse like I do when we walk, and there was a big old doe, a big old deer, just crossed right in front of us and just stopped and was just looking at it. So I was able to turn it on in real time, and Copper sat down, and Copper was looking at her, and she was looking at Copper, and really looking forward to that kind of stuff on the trail. It's going to be it's going to be a good time. So, and you can see down there, maybe, oh no, oh there we go. That's FDR State Park and FDR Lake here in Pine Mountain, Georgia, just about 4 miles up from the house. Kind of a little oasis of mountains. That's why we're going to start coming up here more to train, because it's just one little ridge that runs here through South Georgia for about 40 or 50 miles, and other than this one little ridge, it's nice and flat. Yeah, I'm gonna be using a long line with him. That's another thing I have ordered, is a not like a Walmart retractable leash, but it's a really good heavy duty retractable that I'll be able to clip on and set the links on. So if it's totally empty, no one's around, I can give him 15-20 feet to do his thing and play while we walk, and then I can set the links back down. And that way, with it being attached with a carabiner to my pack or my belt, I don't have to, my hands are free. Food, I'm debating on the food idea. Probably a lot of tuna. I've been looking at the pre-packaged meals, which are not cheap. They're supposed to taste a little bit better. A lot of people, like, when you read the reviews, and I've done a lot of backpacking, like, oh, make sure and pack some warm food. And I was in the Army so long, I've literally spent months and months at a time eating nothing but MREs. And so I definitely will not be in the Army MREs. No. But it'll be a lot of tuna and just easy to pack stuff. Part of the reason I'm going, besides just the PTSD walk, is also just general health as well. Cut back on my drinking, dry up for a while, not have that, completely get off smoking. And I've put on a good bit of weight the past few years since my back surgeries, and so I know if I drop a little bit of weight, that's going to help my knees and my back and everything feel better. So Providence Canyon, we have been down there, but it's not on the trail. It's a lot lower than, or a lot further south. It's down south of where we are here. Really weird little place, Providence Canyon is. But yeah, as far as the food, it is, I'll pack a week's worth at a time, maybe 2 weeks, and I'll never be too awful far. My mom and dad said they'd meet me and come bring me some food, resupplies, the dog food and that kind of stuff. Mom says it's to visit me, but I'm pretty sure it is more to check on Copper. She likes him. She likes Copper a lot. She's one of the only dogs we have that she calls her grand dog. So we'll see. And I just pulled a tick off Copper, and that's going to be one of the major things that we will be combating. He has all his heartworm medicines and all that kind of stuff. And flea and tick repellent and all that kind of stuff. But we'll also be carrying, if you haven't heard of it, it's really good. It's called Cedar Side. and it's really potent cedar oil mixture. Works great for flea repellent and really good for ticks. And you don't carry like deodorants, anything scented will attract flies and mosquitoes and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of what we'll be using, the cedar side, makes you not smell too bad because it makes you smell like a big old good grief, makes you smell like a big old cedar tree. Yeah, and there's two in just a minute. Where's the camera at? Yeah, you can see right there that tick crawling down my finger. It's going to be a tick check night for sure for both me and Copper. And welcome to being in the woods. Any given day, any given day out here in the spring, the summer, and the fall, working outside, I'll pull 3 or 4 ticks a night off of me. So that's just something you make a good habit of, checking for the ticks. So yeah, the cedar side has a little bit of peppermint oil in it too. Spam, no spam. My grandpa loves spam. I can't do it. Plus, spam is really heavy. Oops. Yeah, no set distance. No set distance. I'm hoping that we make it. I think we'll make it through Tennessee up to probably right around the Virginia border, maybe across it. That's figuring, roughly 8 miles a day for 30 days. We should make it 10 or 15 miles into Virginia. So, that's kind of a goal. If we make it, cool. If we don't, hey, I don't care. Yeah, well, with the ticks, I'm hoping that if we tick check every night, we shouldn't have any actually get attached. So, all right, guys. Well, it is getting late. I appreciate y'all jumping on, and we have a couple miles to get back to the car before it gets too dark. So we better hop off here and start walking. And again, once the video finishes, after the live video processes, I will put the link to the GoFundMe page. I saw a couple people ask, and that way that'll be up. But yeah, so well, I'm glad you got on there for just a minute, Charity. I'm glad you got on there for just a minute. So we're going to run and get back to the car, finish our last couple miles, and we'll be keeping y'all posted. So thank you guys very, very much, and see y'all next time.